Hey, Slanish Devotee here again. This time I'm not the one playing Urien. In fact, it's Killer Zit playing Urien. And I've got a Maksim deck that I'm trying out. I can't remember if I've got a particularly interesting theory behind my Maksim deck here. I think I was trying to create a bit of a sort of relatively low-cost tanks deck, was the thought. Firstborn Battalion. Maybe not. Maybe I've got a stupid amounts of supports deck to see how that all works. So let's see what we've got here. Blue planets are pretty strong. Nothing much from green. Not the best from red. But I've got a few interesting cards. I'll see what I can do. The Exterminator and the Rogue Trader might keep me going for the first couple of turns, but I should be watching out for Power from Pain. To be honest, I recorded this a little while ago, and now I'm doing the voiceover to go with it, and I cannot remember what I did, and it's entirely possible that I completely went, oh, I'll just do these things, and Power from Pain is going to cause a lot of trouble for me. So, Killer Zit decides to keep. I have initiative, so he'll be following me, and I wish him well. And I'm going to begin. I am going to begin with a Exterminator. So yeah, with a Power from Pain potentially coming out of Urien, that's possibly not the best call. Maybe I should have used the Rogue Trader, and the Tech Priest might have been more useful in that sense at that particular time. But that's what I've done. Mars Alpha Exterminator. Sacred Path Acolyte. Now, a lot of people are using the Urien as a body for Chaos Elites. And I'm not 100% sure why Urien in particular. I mean, just because you get a bunch of Dark Eldar loyal side abilities, I guess. I've seen quite a few people doing Archon Selene Morn with it as well. I feel like, I mean, it's clear, it's perfectly acceptable. Lots of people do it and do it to great effect. Here you go, you throw in the Venomous Fiend as always. But I feel like it's mixing two things so that neither one's really taking advantage of its core things. But I mean, it must even out because, as I say, many people do it. So I at least have a Rogue Trader to deal with the Power from Pain. That's at least a little bit of something. And now I'm done. Corrupted Teleportarium, that's going to cause me issues. So that means I am likely to be facing a Venomous Fiend wherever I commit, which is dangerous. I suppose Urien's got quite a big hand, doesn't he? He starts with more cards, so that's probably why you use Urien, to try and get those extra cards. But a Fiend, a Teleportarium, and 2 Rogue Traders is an astounding start, really. It's really, really good. So, I'm going to Urien. I don't want to be mobiled into with the Fiend, but of course he can teleport to me anyway, so I stop a little something there. And Urien stops me right down the end at Iridial. And we get our command. It's a similar command. I've got a couple of little tanks in there. I'm using Black Crusade tanks, I think it is. Fiery Heart Immolator, I think that is. Yep, there is, Fiery Heart Immolator. So there's a whole lot of 3-cost tanks available now, a few 4. And I was trying out a bit of a Maksim that possibly used those. Because Death Serve the Emperor, it applies to all tanks. So even the cheaper ones can sort of cycle along and replace themselves. But I don't know if it's enough. I feel like there's not quite the right setup to support his big tanks necessarily, but also he can't do a mid-range or a smaller thing and expect to use his yeah, there it goes, to use his ability to its full effect, you know. Maybe I need more supports to support the lower, smaller vehicles. I don't know. But I did win Elwith, and lots of support for supports, I guess. Lots of shields, which is nice. Tricky decision, not sure what to do. I don't have a lot of tanks to use the searchlight with, and you have to win at a green planet to use that, I believe. When you're oh no, I might be thinking of clearing the path. So it's a tricky decision. In the end, I decide to go for 2 arms. I know I've got a clear-cut refuge, and so that seems like the most useful card to me at that point, being able to make something really big and potent, potentially. I can't fight a fiend, so I'm going to have to leave. But it does mean he's on a red planet rather than a blue planet, and it can't teleport later. He can mobile off it, but he can't teleport straight away. I'm thinking of whether or not I kill the rogue trader, I think, although obviously it's his action window first. So we have to see what he's going to do first. He's got nothing at this stage. So, am I just going to leave? Yeah, I'll just leave. And I'm assuming he's going to rout my rogue trader as well. Although he might not, because he might like to kill it with Urien. Yeah, no trigger, there we go. So he'd like to kill that first, which leads me to think he might have a power from pain, or he might just be wanting to get rid of my command and potentially set me up for something like a power from pain later. Looking to see if I can shield it, which technically I could, but it's possibly not worth it yet. If I was really worried about power from pain, I probably should have shielded it, but no, nothing. Okay. Alright, so we're all done from that first turn. And there we go. Alright. What do I get? I get to keep firing, which is nice. Imperial Bunker, which is okay. Clear-cut refuge is good. But I mean, what other things do I want to put out? I'm just trying to sort through my cards and think what things are useful, what am I likely to want to keep. Probably a Maksim squadron. Probably, yeah. Promotion is helpful, but I can't promotion if I've done the Imperial Bunker, so that's kind of irrelevant at this point as well. And then in comes a possessed straight off the bat. That's harsh. I suppose I could try and get my keep firing in there. Clear cut refuge could help keep Gregory going for a bit. Oh, that's a big fight though. Plenty of command coming out, supported by some big demons, or the other way around, some big demons coming out, supported by plenty of command. So that Urien's doing very nicely there. Probably what I should do at this point is save my money for the keep firing, and, well, I don't need the 2 arms, I can just use it, but the keep firing probably. How much does keep firing cost? I think I'll be alright with that. Maksim squadron. Should I put them on planet 1? No, probably not. Probably not. Overwhelmed by the incubus there, which is tough. But I've got nothing else. I don't think he can... Yep, there we go. He's choosing as well. Now, yep, I'm going to go to planet 1. So I think I'm going to use the keep firing and hope for the best. But if he goes to planet 1, I'm in trouble. Okay, he goes to 3. Maybe he thought I was going to go to 3. That's alright. Okay. Okay. So, look at his command. That is nasty. Okay, 1 card, 1 resource for me, and what is that, 3 cards? And no, 1 card and 7 resources for him. That's gonna hurt against torches, against these Chaos Elites. Pinging me for 1, possibly worth the shield. Yep, shield that one. Okay. Alright. And then we're to planet 1. So, keep firing. Yeah. First thing. Oh, I don't know. What am I thinking? What am I doing? Clear cut refuge first. Is that what I'm doing? Okay, so he's got 6 health markers. HP. Make him orange. Yep. You know, I figured how to do that. Like that game, I think. Never done it quite like that before. It's quite helpful. Keep track of them. Okay. Is he done? Him saying done. He is done, isn't he? Okay. So, keep firing. And I might need to use my two arms in a moment. Right, so he's probably going to have enough shields for it. Yeah, good couple of shields there. Tough. So I'm probably going to get bloodied. Or do I want to protect my warlord? Now, the thing about Clear Cut Refuge when I'm playing against it is that I always find you just layer the damage onto the unit anyway and just realise that it's going to die after the battle. You know, you want it to be dead, you just have to realise that it won't be dead until later. So on last battles, obviously, it's fantastic, but at these times, it's not too shabby at all. Okay, took a big smash of damage there. 9 points of damage. He's probably got a Clivex or something, doesn't he? Yeah, Chaos Elites with a Clivex War Leader is hard to argue with. Alright, so I get to ping against him. That's good. And possibly get to kill him off on the next turn. Maybe. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, it's quite an obvious thing for him to do, but I just wasn't expecting it. No reaction. He's worried about a backlash there, I guess. And he swings. What have I got? 9. 6 and 6 is 12. I think that's enough to kill me, isn't it? I potentially could shield. Oh, but do I even have any shields? I've got Death Serves the Emperor, but it's really worth more to get the money out of him. Yeah, okay, so I'm playing it because he's dead. Right, there we go. But I get a chunk of money out of that, which is always nice. Death Serves the Emperor is nice in that sense. But yeah, I'm going to have to run away. I cannot handle those. Right. So this is tough. 2 planets down. Am I right? I got the first planet, which was blue though. So how did he move? Oh, with Planum, of course. Right. I was about to be like, what? How did I let that go? But the planet is Planum. He just won Planum, so of course he can move it. And then he routes it. Yeah, he does in the end. Okay. Looking at all that, I'm like, oh, what can I do to get up on there? This is kind of, I'm trying out sort of a mid-range sort of a deck here, which you really need some. Oh, I've got SDC in it as well. Griffins. It's tricky stuff. You really need some way of making each thing just that little bit more resilient, a little bit longer lasting, or hitting a little bit harder like the Space Marines do, with the drop pod putting them down at just the right moment, or Blood Angels Veterans, or Indomitable, or those things. Just making it just that little extra. And Maksim's shields theoretically should do that, but they're just not quite enough. I think part of the problem is he's a good response to a swarm meta. If everyone was running lots of little units that hit for 1 or 2, maybe 3 at a push, and he was able to be like, no, I'm shielding for 1 or 2, just with all my cards. I can just shield, and I can just shield, and I can just shield. Then I think he'd do quite well. I think it's just a shame that things have sort of ended up in this place where the big elites are definitely the more common thing to see. It would have been really nice to have another cycle come around and theoretically become a bit harder on elites, but a bit easier to run a swarm, and it would have been really neat to see. I think Maksim would have grown in ability there. He would have just been able to just be that much more resilient, get his tanks to do just that little bit extra damage. Things like the Exterminator are really good. I swing and I also kill something else. What is it? The Hellhound area effect. The Griffin turns up, gives a couple of extra tokens. I think all those effects really maximize that mid-range idea, and it just the mid-range just suffered, unfortunately, in the current meta. Can't quite keep up with the swarm, can't quite withstand the elites. In the meantime, he's put out a Flayed Skull Slaver, and I just, what has he got? 8 resources. I've got 9 resources, but only because I had that Death's Earth Emperor. It's really rough. My firstborn battalion are not up to scratch. I may as well put out Area of Effect, but although it's not gonna move, I don't think I have enough movement effects in this deck to really justify the Fiery Heart Immolator. So I've invested a lot into Planet 1, and I have no idea if it's worthwhile. I really don't. It's hard to think of what killers it's going to do. So he's got a green and a blue. This, if he does win it, would give him 2 blue, but if I win it, it would give me 2 blue. Fearing is pointless, so we'll be fighting on is that Iridial with the Flayed Skull Slavers? So that's basically what we're going to be fighting on. The Venomous Fiend thrown to the last planet just to get the command, I guess. Like, you cheeky SOB. I'm throwing out the firstborn basically just for the command, hoping that that'll help me get some more resources, get some more stuff out. And I figure I might as well throw out the STC because I've got no other limited cards at the moment, and hopefully I'll get an elite next turn, you know? Oh, well, and also it makes him mobile and ranged, which is good. And at this point, if I don't have enough on Planet 1, I need to be spreading out more, stopping his command a bit, getting some more for my own. So I'm going to go see if I can kill off that Slaver. At least I thought I was. I think I am. Alright. And he's guaranteeing his Slaver, which is a bit tough on me. And he's bringing a Possessed with him, which is also a bit tough on me. Yeah, not cool. Alright, but I do get that one. And I don't get anything else. So, there we go. I'm just pointing out that he's missed a Rogue Trader there. Oh, and then when I cancelled my arrow, it cancelled his, which was unintended, but there we go. Cool. What do I get? 2 resources. He gets 4 cards and 6 resources. I mean, come on. Oh, that's painful stuff. Painful, painful stuff. Okay. So, is it worth me pulling my mobile guys to Planet 1? Do I want to put them on Planet 2? Looks like I want to get them over to Planet 2 to help me out. Yeah. Something at least. And I'm not within range of the... Ooh. He mobiles. And is he going to use a Teleportarium? He may do, mightn't he? So waiting to see what he decides to do. If he decides to do anything. So he doesn't seem to, so I'm just going to Aatrox. And suppressing the Fiend, because it's the the most frustrating thing at this point. Seems good. Waiting, yep, okay. So, area effect. Let's see if I can knock out the Incubus. That would be great. I doubt it, he's got a lot of cards. He'll probably want a shield, but still. Yeah, he wants to shield it. That's fine. That's good. I mean, it's not good, it's not great, but it's fine, it's acceptable. Oh, of course, my clear-cut refuge. I was going to say, what am I thinking about? I've got no options, but the clear-cut refuge. What am I going to do with that? Nothing. Nothing at this point. I'm thinking I might need to keep my ward alive over at the other end. Or possibly the Maksim squadron or something. And he goes for... He's not sure. Oh, he readies. He's very not sure. I'm thinking he's going to try and get the Clivex in there. Is that the case? 1,000 cuts, I've got no shields. And... no. Goes for the Immolator. Okay. I'm curious about that. 1,000 cuts. That seems like an odd thing to do first. Maybe he was checking to see if I had any shields, and if I had, then he would have tried to damage the escort. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, right. Okay. And now I'm like, okay, so that's his planet now. Which is a shame. I'm just beginning to feel steamrolled, which is interesting when you're facing Urien, you know. Steamrolled is not really the way he works usually, I would have thought. No point in staying with that guardsman, I don't think. No. And, yeah, so I leave it to him. He's probably going to ping the guardsman. He's got no other choices, I would assume. Just leaves it. I suppose it doesn't make enough of a difference. So, Iridial is the only planet that's going to matter. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much with it. So, ranged. Hooray! Really should be trying to kill that possessed. Good. Thought I was thinking about the slaver for a second, and I'm like, no, Aaron. Killing the slaver, while effective and useful, is not what you want to do right now, I don't think. Alright, so slaver's a bigger threat to me, so I'll go for him. And I completely forgot that that possessed was over there. Really, really did. And I forgot how to use my clear cut. I was like, oh yeah, I could... oh wait, it's already been damaged. So now I will add some health for it. But, oh, that is painful stuff. Okay. And again, I'm thinking at this point, I don't think I can do anything about this. You know, I don't know if the clear-cut refuge really even actually helps. Everything else is going to die. It's probably going to die before the next swing, even. So, yeah, need to work on this. Power from Pain, I mean, perfectly timed, very, very nice. There we go. And then he gets to swing for 5 on my Warlord, between the Fiend and Urien himself being quite a solid hitter. That's Ouch. Another 2. Oh, very, very painful. And now I'm starting from scratch, and I haven't really got anything to start from scratch with. I've got 1 guardsman. If I get an elite, 5 or 6 cost elite, I can play him, because I can knock the price down by 3 and I'll have 7 anyway, so I can play 10 resources worth of things, but it just... Oof. Another STC, which is completely useless. Suppressive fire, which is almost entirely useless, and a tech priest, which I've had for a long time and is just not particularly useful. But, I mean, it's a unit, I may as well put it out. And planet 2 is the only planet worthwhile, but I don't want it on planet 2, it'll get killed on planet 2. But if I put it on planet 3, it's not going to be part of the battle, so the best I can do is planet 1, and hope to bring it with me to planet 2 next turn. That's because that's all, it's basically by itself. And it just, Ichor Gauntlet is scary, that's worrying. If he's got another Power of Pain or something in there, that could cause me a lot of trouble. And I've got nothing else. I have really not gotten enough cards this game. I haven't looked for them properly. Unwilling Slaves is always a good one. That's a really, really powerful card, that actually. Play a Torture and then immediately get it back. With the Ichor Gauntlet, you can easily do something 3 times in one set of action windows. So 3 Power from Pains in 1 action window for 2 resources if Urien's Hail is quite effective. Figured that was about the only safe place for me to go. And the rest of it is going to go poorly. And I needed cards. I really need cards. So, let's see, what do I get? Inquisitorial Fortress and Preemptive Barrage, just not particularly useful. Preemptive Barrage, I feel like is possibly better for a swarm of Astra Militarum, of Imperial Guard, because you've got the smaller, lighter units that need to get their hits in first, and maybe with Maksim I shouldn't use Preemptive Barrage and I should focus on being the heavier hitter that can take the blow and then still swing anyway. I need to look for things like readying effects or damage mitigation effects. I think that might be a more useful way for me to work with my Maksim. So Maksim's something I want to play around with a bit. This idea of a tank commander is just so cool and I wish it worked better. I think troop transport might be useful just to keep the numbers game on side as well. I don't think it's as useful as it is for someone like Strachan or any of the other warlords actually. I don't think it's as useful, so maybe not troop transport. I'd be very interested to see people what ideas they have for Maksim, how they think Maksim should work, and I'd really be keen to see what sort of cards do you think would be designed in a way that the other warlords might like them if they like, but that they really, really like Maksim. They really support Maksim, you know? And then he gets his Vision of Agony back before I kill his Unwilling Slave. Very nice combination. The Ichor Gauntlet and the Unwilling Slave is fantastic. So I and then he Visions of Agonies again, just get rid of that last card. Well done. I've got absolutely nothing left. So it's going to be very quick from now. He's going to kill me here. I'm going to try and kill something. Haha. I think I might as well retreat. Yep, I might as well retreat. There's no point in giving him a free kill, effectively. He can route the guardsman token, I think. I think he can. Not sure if he's going to bother. Doesn't look like it. I think I'm just checking if he routed me. Doesn't look like it. He's skipped a couple of planet effects so far just because he doesn't need to. He's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Okay, Corrupted Teleportarium. Really, really not cool. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's utterly irrelevant. So I'm not going to be able to fight him off. Did I want to fight him off? I must have wanted to fight him off. I don't know why I did that at all. It's a pointless clear-cut refuge thing. And then the token's killed. Just completely outclassed by Killerzit. As he tends to do. He's just too good for me. I think I've got one match where I've beaten him. Yeah, no, not usually. Alright, last turn. No, it's not going to work. But nothing that's going to do it. Might as well put them out and see how far they get me, but I don't think it's going to be particularly long. Alright, so we'll go with the Immolator first. There we go. And he reciprocates with... What does he throw onto the field? He throws on Twisted Racks. Yeah, that's going to be good. Just delete all the markers that I had on there. Yeah, cool. So, Twisted Markers, may as well throw on the Augur. Never know, might hit an Inquisitorial Fortress, which would be good. Be able to fire that onto the field straight away. Another Slave. That's not good either. Yeah, I definitely think I'll give this a bit of a play around with this deck. It's just got some interesting ideas, I think. So I take a damage, and then he plays it again, and I take another damage, and now I'm bloodied. And he didn't need to use his Ica Gauntlet, he just got it back. So now if I go to Planet 1, I am very likely to die because I'm already exhausted. You exhaust when you're bloodied. So I can't go to Planet 1 because he will just kill me, and I think we're pretty done here. I've got no options. What's he got for me? Is he able to finish the job just yet? Where do I go? Do I just go to 1? I just go to 1. I know it's all done, and let's see what he does. Yeah, okay, flip. 1. Up we go. Because, I mean, it was clear what was going to happen anyway. Just a brutal version of Urien here with all the Chaos Demons. Okay, there we go. Should get another 2 from the Flayed Skull Savers. There we go. 8 resources, 5 cards. Just solidly overwhelming. Really good. Okay. Moves 1 onto a blue planet. And I do the little bit of damage I can. Haha, everybody gets hit. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. Very nice. Very useless, but very nice. Yep. Very cool. And oh, is it 2 hammers for the Immolator? I hadn't noticed that. That's quite good. Yeah, we're going for the Warlord? No, we're taking it the long way. We're making sure I can't do anything sneaky. Okay. See if I can kill off the rack. No, I cannot kill off the rack because he plays Power from Pain. And then he will Ica Gauntlet. Yeah. When that leaves play, I'm able to trigger it, so that's good. It's leaves play, not when destroyed, so that means I get a chance. And I don't even hit support. So it goes away. And I'm all done. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, boom, there we go. And that's it. It's just too much, too much. I hope you enjoyed a bit of a little glimpse of Gregory. I'll give him another go. I'll try and tidy him up a bit, and I'll try and do better against killers. Always grateful for advice, but I often feel when I look at my games against him that I don't feel like I did anything wrong. He just did everything so much better. Alright, catch you next time.